black woman was accused of stealing clothes while shopping at Zara. The female clerks chased the woman all over the mall, only to find that she hadn't stolen anything. However, the clerks refused to admit their mistake and called security to follow her and try to arrest her. Dunya experienced extremely unfair treatment while shopping again. She wanted to buy a suitable outfit, but when she turned to leave without finding one she liked, several shop assistants surrounded her and accused her of stealing her jacket. Dunya tried to leave to avoid further confrontation, but they chased after her. After Dunya got into her car, the shop assistants called the police. When the police arrived and examined her clothes, they found no evidence of theft. However, the shop assistants persisted in their accusations, and Dunya was ultimately released without charge. After the incident was exposed, many people suggested she sue Zara, while others still held the outdated belief that Dunya threw away the stolen clothes during her escape, which is why she wasn't discovered. What do you think?
You all are welcome back to my channel, Trend World News. I want to hear from you. Do you think this was racism or just a poor judgment? Have you ever experienced something like this before? One thing we should all understand is this: respect should not depend on your skin color at all. Everyone deserves to be treated fairly. Let's watch this.
Because shopping while black even in 2026 is a crime. So this lovely woman was shopping at Zara, minding her own business at Alderwood Mall in Washington. You know, just perusing and browsing as we all do. And also, if you are a person of color, you also know that you are usually watched a little bit closer than other patrons that visit the store. And that's exactly what happened, except these goofy Zara employers took it a step further. Oh, here you can see the victim just walking out of Zara, completely has no idea what's going on. There's the first employee approaching her. Now, there's the second employee that came out of the store and is trotting up there. There's a third one that started jogging, and then a fourth one that started sprinting, which is crazy. Now, after watching the videos, it's not necessarily clear if they saw that woman take an actual item out of the store. They said that their computers actually tripped the system, which alerted them that she may have possibly taken something out of the store without paying for it. I haven't worked retail in decades at this point, but when I did work retail, every single store that I worked at Victoria's Secret, The Gap, Swatch, all the things, the training was the same. If someone is coming into the store and they are stealing something, you are not to run after them. It is a safety thing and a liability thing. You have no idea how crazy people are, and it is not worth your life over some merchandise that's being taken from the store because the company is going to get paid for it anyway through insurance. It's the fact that they ran after her, followed her all the way to her vehicle, to her car. Not once did they physically witness or see her drop any item. They said that she took a pink dress, drop it anywhere, but accusing her, she must have dropped it. She must have dropped it. Not to mention, the police officer said that this store does this all the time. It is not the first time that they've done this, but this is the first time that I think someone is finally pressing charges, because the woman that they accused called the cops, the real cops, and said, I wanted to press charges.
Can I file charges or what? Are they still saying I stole?
I'm gonna work on that.
I'm the one who called,
Yeah.
so I want this merchandise shit to be over with. I want to file charges against those women now.
And I just have to applaud her, because Black people do not sue enough. We really, really don't. We don't call the police enough, which I understand why, and we don't sue enough. And in this case, I'm glad that she did that. And the fact that the video footage is released is a pretty convincing sign that the charges happened. This is now public information that we were able to even see all of these videos. If you go to her account, you can see all of the videos. And I'm really glad that they were blasted, and I'm hopefully Zara gets rid of these employees so that they don't harass anyone anymore. But the fact that they ran after her, like, what did they think was going to happen? What did they think was going to happen is what I want to know. The fact that they have the gumption or the territory to even go after someone for like, honey, this is a corporation that does not care about you. just chalk it up to insurance. But shout out to her. Glad she sued them. Hope she won. But again, shopping while black, y'all. Just wow, how traumatizing.
Zara employees were all fired after wrongly accusing a woman of theft. An incident involving false accusations at a Zara store in the city of Linwood has sparked widespread public attention. Customer Dunya, who had stolen nothing, was chased throughout the mall by a group of employees. Even after the police had verified her innocence, the employees persisted in their false accusations. The entire incident was captured on the mall's surveillance footage and subsequently uploaded online, where it quickly went viral and topped social media trending lists. Following the exposure of the incident, Zara immediately dismissed all the employees involved, citing their conduct as a severe violation of both the company's employee code of conduct and the mall's management regulations. Currently, Dunya has retained legal counsel to file a civil lawsuit against the employees in question, seeking damages for the infringement of her right to reputation and for the emotional distress she suffered.
Now imagine going to a store to shop peacefully, joyfully, and suddenly people start following you, watching you, and treating you like a criminal. That is exactly what happened to this woman. This black woman went into a clothing store in Zara. She was accused of stealing a jacket. Not one person, but multiple employees were watching her. They followed her around and embarrassed her in the public. But here is the truth. That jacket was hers. She already bought it.
It is insulting to accuse someone of stealing when they didn't steal. If you do not know how to test the spirit, please say that. If I stole this dream from anyone or anywhere, may I be accursed. May I die publicly and in shame. In Jesus' name, if I stole this from anywhere or anyone, time will tell. Be blessed.
Hey, remember when Zara employees chased a woman through the mall into the parking lot and up to her car, accusing her of stealing, and the police showed up and found absolutely nothing? I do. It's almost like I posted about it yesterday. Welcome to episode 1, season 1 of a new series called The Luncheon Lawyer Investigates. Today, we're diving even deeper into the theft by shoplifting from Zara and daring to answer the bold question of, was the shoplifting ever in the room with us? First, I wanted to see if I could find anything about Zara's actual policy on chasing people out of the store, into the food court, and into the parking lot. The best I could find was this employee manual. It's pretty old, but general policies about how to treat and interact with customers I would think are still generally the same, like the customer is always right. We've heard that since the dawn of time, dang near. From what I understand, Inditex owns Zara and has a company policy, a public code of conduct that binds every single employee worldwide. I would think that includes every Zara store, right? And right there in their own document, it says employees are supposed to treat customers with, and I quote, respect, dignity, and justice. It explicitly prohibits any form of violence, harassment, or abuse or discrimination. So allegedly, running a customer down into the parking lot and accusing them of stealing, probably safe to say that's not treating them with dignity and justice, and it definitely sounds like allegedly violence, harassment, abuse, and discrimination. But wait, there's more. If these allegations against Zara are true, this wouldn't even be the first time. Doing a 10-second search, I found 2 videos of people saying that they were falsely accused of stealing at Zara, and then I found an actual lawsuit. Y'all, listen to this. 3 black men walked into a Zara. A completely different black man who, as far as I can tell, they didn't know was stealing, according to Zara security. So what did Zara security allegedly do? They claimed that all 4 of the men were together and that the 3 men must have been friends with or in cahoots with the other guy. So the 3 men got detained and searched, and of course, nothing was found. The man who was actually allegedly stealing, yeah, he left the store. The lawsuit says it right here. Police questioned and detained the 3 men for several minutes before Zara's security team allegedly admitted that they had watched the actual alleged shoplifter just go on about his merry way. So, of course, the 3 men sued, and Zara tried to get the discrimination claim thrown out. They lost. The judge said, nope, there's enough here to make out a basic claim for discrimination. This case is moving forward. Now, Zara did win on the assault and battery claim, but only because the employees in that case didn't physically touch anybody. They just called the cops. Now, in the video we're talking about today with this young woman, as you can see, see right here, the employee did make physical contact with her, which means assault and battery is 100% on the table. I emailed Zara for comment on this specific incident and their policy on pursuing customers. If they respond, you'll be the first to know.
Those Zara employees that chased that lady through the mall, and yes, literally through the mall, is not talked about enough. And you might think that I'm exaggerating. I'm literally not. Number one, if you work retail, you know this. The most dangerous thing for you to do is to chase somebody outside your store. So you literally don't. You just call the police and let them handle it. All your merchandise is insured, so your company doesn't lose money, you don't lose money, and most importantly, you don't lose your life. But what's not talked about enough is that all those employees, all white women by the way, lied. They lied about literally everything the moment the police got there. They said that she ran out the store. Video surveillance evidence showed that she just calmly walked out the store. Actually, the only people that ran out the store is them to literally chase this lady down. The employee said that they didn't grab her and that she pushed them. Video surveillance showed that they did grab her and she did not push them. They said that she didn't have the items that she walked in with when she left, but not only does video surveillance show, the cops checked her full car and it did show that she did have those items that she walked in with prior to her leaving. They lied about literally everything, and the police, instead of them being nonpartisan, you can hear them agreeing with the employees the moment that they tell their story. And the moment this lady want to file charges against the employees for assault, now everyone's confused and oh, we can't do that. Like, this isn't talked about enough. How easy it is for these employees, especially white women, to lie and authorities just automatically assume that it's the truth. Like, this is just so crazy to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
You mean to tell me those 3 ladies ran after that girl, and in their minds they weren't like, hey, she might be scared, this might be scary, like, we're running after this lady, and you trying to grab her, you following her to her car? You didn't expect her to call the police? I'm so happy she called the police, because this is exactly what people are going through on a daily basis, because people like that want to start harassing and like doing all this crazy stuff just because they feel entitled. They feel like, oh my gosh, I can get away with this. Like, those ladies sat there and lied on this lady talking about she stole this. Maybe she might have stolen, maybe she did it, but why are you trying to act like you're the police? Following her, harassing her, following her to her car? Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope she sues and gets some money.
Wow. I just finished watching the incident at Zara with Dunia. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. That happened at Alderwood Mall. And the Zara employees totally in the wrong. Totally lied on her. Totally touched her. Snatched at her. Almost tried to block her in from leaving the damn mall. Girl, I don't know how you got the footage already or how long ago this happened, but I'm glad you got the footage because this is what's going to back you up. This is crazy, but this is what happens today. So she was followed from the store, from Zara, and she walks out and employees follow her. Now, I've worked at stores, retail stores, I'm not going to say the name, and you're told if somebody's right here next to you stealing and you see them putting stuff in their pocket, you leave them alone. It's not your job to stop someone, police them, try to rescue the store. They have police security for the mall, security for the store that does that. And a matter of fact, the security from the store can't even do anything. They could just watch them and that's it. When I worked at the store for theft prevention, the cops were called in and they said this person did da-da-da-da-da. It's not up to the employees to go chase and intimidate, yell at, provoke someone who they thought stole something. All the while laughing and kikiing and thinking that they're doing something good for the store. Like, what did they think they were doing something good for? Cops came. She called the cops on her own. First of all, let's talk about how they followed her. They followed her from the store. She walked around, and then she realized one person was next to her, and she's stopping her, pulling at her, and she's just like, leave me alone. And then she takes off running. The black girl, this is a black girl. The Zara employees are white. The black girl takes off running because after a while she's probably just like, leave me the hell alone. Why are you bothering me? They said she had a jacket. It was wrapped on her arm, that she had something there. The mall footage shows that she did not have anything. Even when she got in her car, she allowed them to search her car. She didn't have anything. They said, oh, she must have tossed it and dumped it. They have video footage up until where she gets in her car. Nothing was dumped. Nothing was in her car. So where is this alleged thing? So the cop asked them, do you think that is because the alarm went off is why you thought she might have taken something? And that can happen. You ever walked into a store and you just got into that store and you don't even have a bag from that store and the alarm goes off and you're like, I just got here. Like, you don't even have merchandise from it. Sometimes alarms just go off. They're wonky. I'm just irritated that they followed her to her car, almost tried to block her in. Why would you position your body in a place where she has to back up and exit the place? She exited, but she stayed on premises and called the cops on her own. Then she asked the cop, can she now press charges on them because they followed her and they are the ones that came to assault her? To me, the cops seem a little hesitant. He's like, oh, there's two different sides of the story. He's trying to put it together. But what he should have did was given her a police report as well. I don't know that he didn't, or if he did, but I heard her ask, and he didn't sound like he was willing to give it to her at that time. This is all on her page. I just reposted once. You can go watch my repost, but it's getting so many views because of how she was profiled. And unfortunately, they profile Black people all the time because we are the ones that steal. They think that we steal, women included, mostly women. And sometimes it's true because you see those movies where, not even the movies, but like even here on TikTok where people are stopped by cops and they say, I don't have anything, and they do have something. But in this case, she didn't have anything. Nothing was shown to be thrown out her car. She freely let them go into her car to take a look or whatever. She tried to keep her composure, but I would have been shaken up and frustrated and angry because why are you following me and chasing me down to the point where you can make me almost like get frantic and like, you know, lose control of the wheel? Like, they shouldn't have done that. Have you seen this video? What do you guys think? This is totally unfair. And yes, I hope she definitely has a case. I hope someone helps her with this because theft prevention is the ones that are supposed to do all of this. You're not, employees of Zara are not supposed to be doing the dirty work. And the one with the deep voice out of the three, she has the darker hair. I feel like she was a corporate because the attitude and the disposition was just like, well, yeah, she totally stole it. Like, how do you know? Because you didn't see her. And none of them can actually say they actually saw her. Well, you think so. And she looked like you didn't see it in fact, but you still followed her and chased her. That was wrong.
Those Zara employees that stopped that Black woman when they thought she was stealing weren't only being racist, they were also being reckless. Because what's so crazy is you didn't only risk her safety, you also risked your own. I don't care if she was stealing or not. The fact that they took time out of their day to run out of their place of employment to try and physically stop her from stealing an item they thought that she stole is insane. What's funny, though, is they did all that for no reason. It was a waste of time because even if she was stealing, the problem is you are putting yourself, the people that you're trying to stop, and the company at risk. I've been a store manager, in HR, and in loss prevention. You are not supposed to leave that store. You are not supposed to leave the premises. You are supposed to leave that up to either designated loss prevention, and even then, they're still supposed to be within a certain perimeter of where they work at, or call the police. Because if anything happens, that company's going to throw you under the bus because you can be replaced immediately. Because I can almost guarantee you that, and here's the thing, if you look at the video, when the police are telling them that the woman they assaulted wanted to file charges against them, they were shocked. Like, what? What? She wants to file charges against, because they could not fathom that the police would actually take the word of that Black woman over them. Even though there's video evidence to back up the woman they assaulted, what she said, they just couldn't process that they would take her word over it. And I can almost guarantee you they're going to come back and say, well, we're always told that if we think somebody is stealing, we need to try to stop them and blah, 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 whatever. But as soon as the company, which is ours, still hasn't responded to anybody, as soon as they are confronted with this hailstorm and finally need to make a statement, they're going to say they ain't never told you that. And you're going to be let go. They're going to say, we never told them to do that. We never told them to run out of that store. Actually, it's against company policy for them to do that. And they're going to sit there looking stupid. Hey, it's what.
Now, if you believe this is wrong, go ahead and like this video. Share your thoughts in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe for more real conversations like this. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.